Hello students of class 6. Today we are going to continue your chapter 2 sentences from your superb English grammar book of class 6. Now students, in the previous video we had read about what is a sentence, what are the kinds of sentences and how to identify a meaningful sentence with a few examples. Now in this video we are going to study about subject and predicate. Now children, every sentence has two parts. What are the two parts? A subject and a predicate. Now let us understand what is a subject. The person or thing we talk about in a sentence. A subject will state who or what is doing the action. A subject may consist of one word or more than one word. A subject may be a noun or a pronoun. So children, what do we understand? We understand that a sentence has to have two parts. One is a subject and one is the predicate. Now children, a subject is the main part of a sentence which gives meaning to the sentence. So the subject should either be a person or a thing that we talk about, and it should state what that person or thing is doing or who that person is. It may consist of one word or more than one word, and the subject may be a noun or a pronoun. I hope it is clear to you children what a subject is. Now very important is that a sentence must always have a verb. Now what is a predicate? All that is said about the subject of a sentence. We have first identified the subject in a sentence. Now all that is being said about the subject of a sentence is a predicate. It is called the predicate of the sentence. It tells us what the subject is or does. Predicate receives the action. So children, two main parts, subject and predicate, and I hope you have understood what is a subject and what is a predicate. Now few points to note children are: the subject of a sentence will usually come first, but occasionally it is put after the predicate. For example, here comes the bus. Now children, whenever any sentence is given to you, first identify the subject in the sentence. So in the sentence, here comes the bus, bus is the subject, and here comes the bus. In this sentence, the predicate is here comes. Okay. Next example, on the topmost shelf of this almirah are lying several books. First thing, identify the subject. That means what are we talking about? What person or thing are we talking about? We are talking about books here. Now, what is being spoken about the books? On the topmost shelf of this almirah are lying several books. That means the predicate is on the topmost shelf of this almirah. Number 3. Down rolled the stones. Now we have to identify the subject first. What are we talking about? We are talking about stones. So stones is the subject. Now what has happened to the stones? They rolled down. Down rolled the stones. So down rolled becomes the predicate. Now children, in imperative sentences, the subject is always you and is left out. In other words, it is understood that the subject is you. For example, sit down. Now here it is understood that the subject is you. Why? Because I am talking to you in the present tense. So I am saying sit down. Now I did not necessarily tell you sit down, because it is a conversation between me and you only. So I need not specify the subject to be you. Second, don't talk loudly. Here again I am talking to you and I am telling you don't talk loudly. Here it is understood that the subject is you. So we need not mention the subject you over here, because I am talking in the present tense with you. I am having a present conversation with you. So here don't talk loudly is just the predicate and the subject is understood to be you. Next children. In interrogative sentences, the subject does not come in the beginning. This is a very, very important thing which you have to keep in mind. What are interrogative sentences? They are those sentences which have a question word end with a question mark. They ask some question, the answer to which we do not know, and it is in the future tense. So in interrogative sentences, the subject, what is the subject children? The person or thing that we are talking about, it will not come in the beginning. It will be placed after the question word and the helping word. Please keep this in mind that in interrogative sentences, the subject does not come in the beginning. It is placed after two things. One is the question word and the helping verb. Now children, few examples. How are your studies going on? Now children, we have to identify what is the noun over here. Here the noun is studies. It is a plural noun. So to assist a plural noun, we are using a plural verb are, and the question word is how. Now children, first thing you would have noticed, how are your studies going on is a interrogative sentence, and in interrogative sentence what have we said? That we will not place the subject in the beginning. So we will place it after the question word and the helping word. So your is the subject. We are talking about you. Now somebody is asking, how are your studies going on? In this example, how is the question word and are is a plural verb for the plural noun studies. That is why children, because studies is a plural noun, so the verb which assists studies has to be plural. So I cannot say how is your studies going on. I have to say how are your studies going on, because studies is a plural noun for which its plural verb is are, not is. So studies is a plural noun. The verb has to be plural to agree with the subject studies. So the verb must be are plural and not is singular. Next children, the example is, do they stay in touch with you? Now here children, we have to identify the helping verb. The helping verb is do, and they here is a subject pronoun or the personal pronoun. Now in this question, or sorry, in this example, we use do as a question word here. When we want to ask yes or no questions, type questions, we use do as a question word, and we use it only with certain personal pronouns like they. I hope it is clear to you children. Next, another example is, can I call you later? Now children, first let us understand when do we use can. Now first thing is, can is a part of modal verbs which we will study in higher classes. Now can I call you later question mark is asking something. It is usually used, the word can is usually used when deciding or planning about the new future. I have not yet got my answer because I am asking you and I am waiting for your answer. So it is usually used when deciding or planning about the new future. In this sentence, can I call you later is a question word sentence which is waiting for an answer from the receiver. Now it is used in question tags. What is used in question tags? Can is used in question tags. It is a part of modal verbs which expresses whether the subject in the sentence is able to or allowed to do something. Now what is the subject over here children? It is I. I am asking you whether I can call you later. So I am asking whether I am allowed to call you. That means allowed to do something means in this example call. Can I call you later? Now children, in exclamatory sentences, the subject can be placed towards the end also. How kind he is. In this sentence, the subject is he, which is placed at the end of the sentence. How earnestly the poor man pleaded. Now here the subject is poor man, which is placed again at the end. What a witty answer she gave. She is the subject which is placed towards the end of the sentence. Now children, we will go over to your try out 2 of your Superb English Grammar book. Now children, the first try out 2 question states that separate the subject and the predicate in these sentences. We have understood what is a subject and what is a predicate in the sentences. Number 1, the students of class 12 are having a party. Now children, in every sentence that is given to us, we need to identify which is the subject here. So the subject is students. So this part of the sentence, the students of class 12 is the subject, and are having a party is the predicate because it is saying what action is being performed by the subject in the sentence here, which is in this case the students. So the students of class 12, subject are having a party is predicate. Number 2, mom asked me to go to the grocery store to get some spices. Now mom asked me to go to the grocery store has the subject, so this becomes a subject. To get some spices. Why has she sent me to the grocery store? To get some spices. So that part of the sentence which tells what action is being done by the subject is the predicate. So here to get some spices is the predicate and mom asked me to go to the grocery store is the subject. Next, children, work hard. Now this I am saying that here the subject is you because this is an imperative sentence. I am asking you to work hard. So here work hard is just the predicate and it is understood that the subject is you. Next, number 4. Varun's brother bought a new bike. Now where is the subject? It is in Varun's brother. Varun's brother is the subject. Now what did Varun's brother do? He bought a new bike. So that part of the sentence which is telling us what the subject has done is the predicate. So bought a new bike is a predicate which is telling us what the subject Varun's brother has done. Number 5. The children played along with their parents, watched a puppet show. Now the children along with their parents has the subject. Watched a puppet show is the predicate because it is saying watched a puppet show. It is saying what the subject has done. Number 6. Borrowed garments never fit well. Now children, we are talking about the subject garments. Garments means clothes. Borrowed garments never fit well. What about borrowed garments? What is the statement borrowed garments saying? That they never fit well. So never fit well is the predicate and borrowed garments is the subject. Number 7. Discuss your problems with your parents and teachers. Now children, the subject here is your. So discuss your problems becomes the subject. And what you have to discuss, with whom you have to discuss, with your parents and teachers becomes the predicate. Number 8. Here comes the bus. Now children, this is a declarative sentence. So the subject here is the bus and here comes becomes the predicate. Number 9. What is she doing? Identify first the subject which is she. Now what is she doing? That is she is the subject here. How colorful the rainbow is. Children, this is an exclamatory sentence. We are talking about the subject here which is the rainbow. So what about the rainbow? How is the rainbow? What is it? Is the predicate how colorful. Number 11. Have they packed their bags? Is an interrogative statement. Now the subject. First we have to always identify the subject which is they over here. Have they is the subject and packed their bags is the predicate which is telling us whether they have packed their bags or not. Next children, number 12. Wow, you have won the gold medal. This is an exclamatory sentence. You is the subject, have won the gold medal is the predicate. 13. Don't underestimate yourself. Here the subject is yourself and what about yourself? What you should not do? You should not underestimate yourself. Don't underestimate is the predicate. Ouch, I have cut my finger. Children, this is again an exclamatory sentence in which the subject is I and what have I done? I have cut my finger. Have cut my finger becomes a predicate for the subject I. Next children, let us go over to tryout number 3. Now in tryout 3, rearrange words to form sentences as indicated. For the first one, it will be I respect my elders and teachers. 2. Do you believe in destiny? Because it has the question word do which I told you is used as a question word in few sentences. And do you believe in destiny? Question mark, because we do not know what the answer is we are asking. Number 3. Trust the people around you this is an imperative statement as asked by us. We have to make an imperative statement. So trust the people around you. Now number 4. What a beautiful sculpture! Exclamation mark, because we have asked to rearrange the word to form a exclamatory sentence. Number 5. Immediately leave the room, full stop. This is a command. It is an imperative statement which is giving a command to immediately leave the room. Number 6. This is an exclamatory sentence to be done. So, how majestic the tiger looks! Exclamation mark. Number 7. A lot of people appreciated the program. This is an assertive sentence which has been rearranged because it is saying or stating or declaring that a lot of people appreciated. Appreciated matlab to praise. They have appreciated the program. Number 8. Will you lock the main gate? Is an interrogative sentence to be made. Now will is a question word. So will, the sentence will start with will and end with a question mark. Will you lock the main gate? Next children, tryout 4 is critical thinking. Complete the dialogues using all kinds of sentences. Now person A is asking, do you think corruption can be eradicated by observing fasts like Anna Hazare has observed many times? Question mark. Now person B is saying no, and he says, I don't think so. According to me, corruption was involved in his fasts too. His fasts had just wasted our time, didn't it? Question mark. A says, it did. Such methods are used by politicians to gain public attention. Full stop. This statement, such methods are used by politicians to gain public attention, is an imperative statement. Again, person B is saying, well, Anna Hazare's battle against corruption has been a long drawn one. This is again an imperative statement. Alas, it would have been an example today. This is a exclamatory sentence. Person A says, gradually the nation has realized it too. That means it is an imperative statement which is saying that gradually the nation has also realized that it was a waste of time. Now person B says, we should hope so. To eradicate corruption, we have to be together and honest. That means this is again a assertive statement which is saying to eradicate corruption. Eradicate means to remove. We have to be together and honest. Now children, let us go over to tryout B. Now tryout B, the question is, supply suitable subject or predicate to complete the sentences. 1. The Prime Minister of India is Mr. Narendra Modi. So the subject, whom are we talking about? We are talking about a subject. So the subject here is Mr. Narendra Modi. 2. Dash get up at 5 o'clock daily. We should, that means the subject is we, should get up at 5 o'clock daily. Number 3. The books on that shelf. What about the books on the shelf? They are mine. 4. Down the river sailed the boat. So the boat here is the subject. 5. Dash will be donated to a local NGO. Clothes, money, whatever you want to donate. So clothes or money will be donated to a local NGO. Number 6. Her left arm is dash. What happened to her left arm is bruised or she has got hurt. Number 7. I am going to study. What am I going to do? I am the subject. I am going to study is the predicate. Number 8. Dash is my favorite movie. Children, you can write whatever is your favorite movie. I have written Rang De Basanti is my favorite movie. Rang De Basanti is the subject. Is my favorite movie is the predicate in this sentence. Thank you children. I hope you have understood this chapter, sentences of your Superb English Grammar book. If you want to see more such videos like this and learn from my videos, please like, share and subscribe to my channel. It would mean a lot to me. Thank you children.